Hi there, my name is Belinda Dubston and welcome to the I Ching Cafe and our monthly overview for June 2020. Well, last month, as we recap, was an interesting month. The I Ching asked us to focus upon protecting our light, on going underground, on protecting the flame that we are caring for. That negativity and challenge is all around us, and our task is to protect what is sacred, what's really important to us right now. And we also had the hexagram to the receptive, which asked us to support what was necessary, bring ourselves to the party, nurture those seeds, be the mom, and support the process we are part of. So quite a retracting, supporting, more of a feminine energy for last month in May. This month, it is nothing like that. And I have great news that this month is an opportunity for you to accelerate. So let's get into what that means. Right. First up, our first hexagram for this month, our first state of change or influence of transformation is hexagram 49, revolution. We have had this friend many times over the last few months, and this time it's for a monthly overview. So if you haven't yet done so, have a look at the episode where I introduced you to Slinky the snake to tell the story of this idea of revolution, of transformation, of change, being like when a snake sheds its skin, how it realizes the time is right, it doesn't hold on to the skin, it's outgrown the old and it's now ready to embrace the new. So go and watch Slinky and find out more about how I framed that particular essence of this hexagram. What I'd like to focus on for this monthly overview, this theme that is going to be sitting with us for the whole of June 2020, is this idea that this month we have the opportunity to pivot in a major way. Now, this idea of pivoting is quite a trendy term in business, where you're wearing a pair of stilettos and suddenly you pivot on that heel. Sorry guys for wearing stilettos. And you pivot on that heel and suddenly you're going in a different direction. That's how I see a pivot. Whatever pivot means to you, use that analogy. But it really is a story of our capacity to, in a blink of an eye, to radically transform and change the way we live and do business. This is what June is all about. So this is the time to really leapfrog and accelerate ourselves into a totally new world, to move forward and to let the past go. However, that requires a couple of things of us. One is that we have courage. When we see the gap, we take the gap. We are stepping into new things. We are stepping into unknown territories in our own experience, in our businesses, and in our relationships. And that requires courage, as I said, but it also requires the right timing and not overdoing it and just knowing when the moment is right to fly for that gap. Transformation, change, pivoting, shedding the old, radically transforming what you're doing is what June is about. And your opportunity is to jump into the flow of change, into that river in the boat, and align yourself with this flow. You can do nothing. You can resist the change. You're welcome to do that. That's your own life process. You are in choice. Sometimes. But this process is really about taking advantage of the energy of revolution, of change and transformation that is there for you to tap into. If you didn't watch this video or listen to this episode, you might miss the opportunity to say, I need to go for it this month. I need to just put my courage into my mind, put my fear where the sun doesn't shine and just jump. Okay, this is what this is all about. Now, we should expect in our world around us to see the markings of this revolutionary energy, because a revolution is also about bringing about massive social order changes. So you are going to see, if this energy is flowing throughout June, quite a lot of protesting and unhappiness and revolution from the masses, okay? Revolting against what is old and worn out. So just be aware and be kind and be conscious and just aware that there's a resistance and there's pushing back and there's this revolution. Let us focus our energy on the revolutions that are necessary and not wild abandon, okay? Or resisting change just because it is change. Let's give energy to the changes that are necessary. And let's take your businesses, for example. Focus in June, not only where you can personally pivot, but where your business can fundamentally change the game. In every industry, even in these difficult times, there's a gap. And the person who spots that gap and takes that gap is the one that accelerates. I often think of these crazy daredevils who have got those special wingsuits that they wear. I don't know what the technical name is for them. And they jump off the edge of the mountain and they fly that gap. There's one particular video on YouTube where you can see this guy flying and he goes through this little gap in the mountain. And that's the image that I've got in my mind is where in your business right now, in your life right now, is there a gap? And you have to put on this weird and wonderful suit and you have to leap and you have to take the gap. That is the energy of this month. And this is supported by the changing lines. It's supported by the second relating, transforming hexagram. It's all saying, go. The time is now. Change must come. And we've got to give it energy and we've got to give it horns and we've got to put pedal to the metal and go for it. Okay, so let's have a look at our changing lines. We have two. One in the second position and one in the fifth position. And these are known as stabilizing positions within the hexagram. They're usually referred to strong positions, depending on the hexagram, but most of the time they do. And in this case, they do. The changing line in the second position was one we had before when we had this hexagram. And this says, go for it. The time is now. Your time is now. Be a hero. Be a leader. Pull out from the pack. Take the gap. Go for it. Don't worry what people think. Go for it. Take that gap. And the time is now to act. Okay, so that's our first re-emphasize of this idea of taking action. And then the changing line in the fifth position says, you change like a tiger. That's how, when you see the black stripes and the orange stripes, it's clear to see what you represent, how you've changed, the change you bring, what you are, your value, your purpose are clear to everyone else before you've even asked for advice. So the idea is that before you even turn to the oracle for insight, everyone else can see your power and your virtue, the tiger's stripes. And so there's a sense here that you get support. Okay, this month, as we round out to the second changing line, remember the first one in this case would be around about the 10th of June, the second one around about the 20th, give or take. You know, there's no perfect science, just as a guideline. And round about the 20th of the month, there'll be this opportunity that your change process, what you represent, shines so brightly outside of you that you don't need to tell anybody. Just people just can see and can be drawn to what you stand for and your power in the situation. The change that you're bringing is so clear, even if you can't yet see it. So there's a sense here that out of this transformation process of this month, people are drawn to you, drawn to these stripes and the change process that you herald. And then our outcome hexagram, our relating figure, or this transformation process, this parallel process of change, is a hexagram called 34 Great Power. Like, if you've got guts this month, if you're willing to take that gap, there is nothing you can't do. Okay? And we don't often get such a supporting energy to go, go, go. We're often told, hold back, resist the negativity. It's like, go for it. Okay? So, power of the great, or great power, talks about having absolute vitality and power and energy. It's calling us, its state of change, what it's asking us to focus on is to focus our power through a central idea, through a purpose, through our mission, through the thing that's really important, the principle we stand for, is to focus all our power through that purpose, that principle, and to move mountains. This isn't a mediation, let's all agree how we're going to do this situation. This is like Aries Ram. It is power, energy. Of course, it comes with a bit of a warning. The warning is make sure you don't harm others by over-abusing or overdoing your power. Don't underestimate your strength, and just be conscious of the impact of your strength on the people around you. Don't be a bully, okay? Don't overuse your strength if it's unnecessary. Just temper it a little bit and be conscious of it. But it's still telling us the focus is use your power through a focused way to something that's noble, something that's purposeful. Go back to the purpose of your business. Go back to that central idea, that central project that's everything to you in your strategy, and put all your power and all your energy into that and to go. I feel like we're all going to have a lot more energy this month in June. May was just kind of like hiding in the darkness and the shadows, supporting what needed to be done. This is okay, so use that energy, draw on that energy. Come back to the hexagrams as they guide us throughout June, because really, as I said already, there is nothing you cannot do. You focus your idea, you take charge, you be a leader. A revolution, a good revolution, needs a great leader, and be the hero for other people this month. Be a hero for your family. Be a hero for yourself as you step in with courage into things that perhaps you were afraid of. Now they're here, so let's just do them. The opportunity is to pivot on that stiletto, to pivot, and to transform the way we live, the way we engage, the way we relate, and of course on how we do business. Your business has an opportunity to pivot and to just fundamentally accelerate itself forward, because embracing the change is your strategy. Wow, really interesting month. Let's check in throughout the month to see how we're doing on that as we do our weekly overviews. Really good luck for June. Really work with that energy, and looking forward to hearing how it has gone with you over the month as you seize the gap, wherever that may take place for you. Other than that, I will see you on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for our daily I Ching stories. Go and have a look there to get a daily dose of I Ching inspiration. And of course, our new giveaway is open on the link below. If you go and have a look at the link, one link, and there's a whole access of information you can get there. And of course, as a reminder, if you have not listened to our birthday special episode about the new normal, have a look. I'll link it to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for being with me. Wishing you an amazing acceleration of energy, of transformation, of leadership, and of what that can do for your life and for our society. See you soon.